Okay, all right, so let's get started. My name is Pashmina Ava. I am the community head at Tuitional. Most of you know me, most of you don't. So a little about Tuitional for the ones who do not know what we do and what we offer. So can I have the slide, please? I think now you guys can. Can you?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah.
All right, great. So a little introduction about Tuitional. So Tuitional is a virtual learning platform. We do live sessions. Can you change the slide? Thank you. We do live sessions from grade 6 to 8. And for IGCSE, A-levels, SATs, IELTS for different boards like Cambridge, Pearson edXL, and we are currently offering our services in Middle East, Canada, Malaysia, and United Kingdom. All right, so now let's talk about this workshop that we guys have planned for you guys. Okay, so the workshop is on time management, and the idea that we are going to give you is that to work smarter and not harder. It basically means to use your time wisely and productively so you can get things done quickly. All right, so it goes by the name, now is the time. All right. Okay, thank you. So here we have the outline for the workshop. So we are going to have a self-assessment activity in which you will be able to get to know about how well you are at managing your time. Or if you are not able to manage your time, then why is that? We are going to be talking about it later in the workshop. Why managing your time is important, we are going to be talking about that as well. And then we have a little activity that I would like to share with you guys in which you can keep a track, you can self-monitor. And later we are going to be talking about life as a procrastinator. Then we have some time management techniques that I have shortlisted to share it with you guys. Then we have this activity that we are going to do. Then there are some productivity tools that I'm going to discuss with you guys. And then we are going to be talking about what would happen if you will not manage your time effectively. We are also going to be talking about how important it is to take a break once in a while. And then at last, we are going to share our takeaway message with each other. Sounds good? Are you with me?
Hi, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just have a question.
Yes,
How
go
long
ahead.
is this webinar today?
I think max 40 minutes, not longer than that.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so I was saying that let's get started with the first activity that we have here. In this activity, I want you to self-assess yourselves. And basically what we are going to do is it's very simple. We have to answer yes or no to the following questions. So if you have a piece of a paper nearby, you can grab it. And if not, you can do it on your cell phone as well, however it's convenient for you. So I'm going to be reading these questions out aloud, and you have to answer it in yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to read the questions one by one, and I want you to answer them. Okay, so the first one goes, have you estimated how many hours you need to study this week? All right, the next question is, do you tend to complete your assignments on time? The third one is, have you estimated how long it takes to read one chapter in each of your textbooks? The fourth one is, do you begin working on long-term assignments at the beginning of the year? The fifth one is, do you make lists of things to do in your head rather than on paper? The sixth one is, do you participate in social activities even when you know you should be studying? The seventh one is, do you schedule time to study for exams? The eighth one is, do you know exactly what tasks you are going to do when you sit down to study? And the last one is, do you do the assignments from your favorite class first? So if you have answered the following questions, we are going to go to the next slide. Okay, mark yourself. Now, please listen to the instructions very carefully. So give yourself 1 point for each yes answer to all questions except 5, 6, 8, and 9. Except 5, 6, 8, and 9. All right. Now give yourself 1 point for each no answer to questions 5, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, Zuhair, would you be kind enough to tell me what is your score? It's okay if even if you have a low score, and if you have a high score, that's great. But
4.
would okay, 4. Okay, so what do you think? Is it a good score?
It's a bad one.
Okay, so I think we need to work on getting to know more about these time management techniques, right? So if we want to score a better grade, we would have to manage our time more effectively and productively, right? Okay, so now that this activity is done, if anyone else would like to comment on it, or if anyone else would like to share their score, it would be great. Even if it's a low score, we are all here to learn. That's why we have planned this workshop. The purpose of this workshop is to teach you how you can use these techniques in your daily lives. So if anyone else would like to share their score, it would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next slide here, and let's see why managing your time is so important. So some of the things which we already know before, but we are not practicing it. So here are some of the pointers. It can help you, or the reason why it's important is because it can help you to reach your goals, accomplish what is most important, live out your values, maintain balance. I know it's very difficult to maintain balance, but then again, the reason why we are here and conducting a workshop on time management is to tell you how to create this balance. And you can only create this balance if you know where most of your time is going, right? Meet deadlines. Mostly what happens is that we miss deadlines because we usually are delaying those important tasks, right? To reduce and manage stress, control your time, perform well, and have the time of your life without guilt. Okay, so in the next slide, I'm going to be telling you what would happen if you will not manage your time effectively. Any ideas? Anything can happen. I mean, let's just say you can miss the deadline of your assignment. I mean, you had to submit your assignment, but you missed the deadline. Now what? What would happen if you do not manage your time effectively? Any idea if anyone can tell me? Um, okay, how about we ask Aisha? Aisha, would you be comfortable in answering this question? So what would happen if you're not able to manage your time?
I usually get anxiety if I don't have my time management properly.
Great, thank you. Yes, you are right. Most of people, they get anxiety. And you know, there is a term, it's called burnout. Does anyone know about this word burnout here?
I feel like it's similar to like crunching, I guess.
So it's a state basically when you are so tired and you are so mentally or emotionally exhausted of, you know, working on something for so long. That also means that you are not managing your time well. And if you are giving this whole amount of time to one particular thing, do you think that you're managing your time effectively? No, I don't think so. So burnout comes from when you are working tirelessly on a piece of work, and it's getting draining for you because you are working overtime there, and you're feeling tired and drained. So burnout, this is what's going to happen to you if you won't manage your time effectively. Okay, so now in the next slide, I want to talk to you guys about, is there any thing that you do in order to, keep yourselves organized, or if if you can keep a track of, which activity you're going to do in today's date. Do you have any sort of technique that you use? It can't be like, I mean, I'm not saying that it should be a bookish technique or so, but I'm asking, do you have anything like a routine that you follow, or like a timetable? Would anyone like to share their experience? How do you usually go about it? How do you usually plan out your day?
I mean, I'm the worst person to ask here because I don't have a timetable on me, or like
Okay,
what I want to do, I just do.
Me
okay,
neither.
okay, all right. So I think it's good that I brought this thing up, because one way of doing this is, and honestly, I'm not lying, this is completely doable. I've done it myself. So what you need to do is, you need to figure out that where your time is going. All right. So once you identify or discover where all of your time goes, only then you will be able to, keep an organized routine. And this one way of doing it is to have a daily activity log. So what I used to do back in times, I when I was in college, I used to have like a daily activity log, and I would stick it up on my refrigerator, or maybe anywhere where you can like have an interaction with that activity log, right? So you don't have to do it for like a year or a month. No, the idea of having a daily activity log is for you guys to be organized, so that you guys know how much time you are giving to each activity that you do in a day, right? So what you need to do is, from the time you get up, from the time you go to sleep, you have to record your activities. I know it may seem a lot at the moment, but when you start doing it, trust me, it doesn't take much of your time. And then you have to write down how much amount of time you that activity consumed. And if, let's just say, if you're not liking the whole result, and if you're not liking your activity log, so one thing that you can do is, you can make changes into it, as per the importance of a certain task, or urgency of a certain task that you need to do first, before you start your day. So keeping an activity log is going to help you in managing your time. So there's one way of doing it. There are like a couple more, but I think it's completely doable. So even if you are doing it, just stick that activity log anywhere where you can make interaction with it, right? So now moving to the next slide, life as a procrastinator. So if anyone can come up and tell me, if you guys have any idea what the term procrastination mean, or who is a procrastinator, that would be great. Now, I don't want Zuhair telling me anything, because I can see that Zuhair is pretty interactive himself, and I want someone else to answer now, and not Aisha as well. Someone else. We have Abdul Hadi here. We have got, so hi, Naira. Naira, would you be kind enough to open your mic and tell us? Hi there. Can you please tell us that what is procrastination, or who is a procrastinator?
Okay, so like a procrastinator is someone who doesn't want to start an assignment or is just
Good.
pushing a task away until
Very good.
he or she has to do it.
Great, thank you. Yes. Habiba wants to say something. Habiba, if you are not comfortable in, in speaking in front of everyone, you can, yes, type it here. Okay, so you have written, procrastinator is someone who delays things. Very good, you guys. So yes, you do have an idea about it. So procrastinator has a habit of delaying not just any task, but an important task. So, what happens when you are delaying that important task? So basically, you are waiting, to come in a right state of mind, in a right frame of mind, where you can actually start doing that particular important task that you have lined up for yourself. But tell me honestly, all right, do you ever come in that right frame of mind to do that work, that important task? If I talk
No.
about my, that's right. If I talk about myself, my teacher used to always say, Prishmina, your tomorrow never comes. And that's very true. She used to say, it's now or never. So you just keep on delaying everything and you just keep on putting every task on tomorrow and you never get it done. You are like, I'm waiting for this right time to get it done and your right time never comes. So that's very right. And I think that if you are delaying that important task, the chances are that you might not end up, doing it. Mhm. So life as a procrastinator, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I've been a procrastinator. Maybe you guys are a procrastinator. You know what? The thing which is actually bad, that is if you're not doing anything about it. If you're not doing anything about being a procrastinator, then there lies a problem. What do you think? Right? So in order to cater to this problem, we need to, start now. Start to do things now. All right, instead of just delaying it. So to the next slide, I am here to, I'm here to save the day, guys. So one way of not delaying your task is to adopt a time management technique. So it goes by the name Eat That Frog. No, not this frog here. I find this frog too cute to eat. But this phrase comes from Mark Twain's um, quote. He used to say that if you are starting your day, start your day by eating a frog. It means that if you are waking up first thing in the morning, do something which is very difficult for you to do. So what will happen is that if you are, getting that thing out of the way, then the rest will be, easy peasy for you. It will be a piece of the cake, right? So one way of doing this is we need to get clear on a goal. Like I'm going to give you a very relevant example here. So let's just say I want to get into a good college. That's my goal. I am clear with that goal. I have that goal that I want to achieve the most, right? And I'm going to write it down. Okay, I need to get into a good college or the college, one of the colleges I've shortlisted for myself. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a deadline. Okay, by the next year or maybe by the coming year, the end of the year, I'm going to be applying in one of the colleges I've shortlisted for myself. So now the deadline is done. I've written it down. Now, what do you need in order to achieve your goal? You have to compile a list of those things. So the first thing can be, I'm just giving you an example, right? So first thing can be, I need to practice past papers. So I'm gonna write it down, right? And then the other thing can be, oh, I'm also gonna take a mock test for it. Okay, so I've also written that down. So now that you have compiled a list of things that you need to achieve your goal, you have to organize your list in such a way that it's in order of priority. Now, what do I mean by the word priority? Can someone tell?
What is
Now,
most
if
important?
Thank you so much. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Order of doing stuff, yes, but priority here means that if a certain task needs to be done urgently, or it's the most important task of all the tasks, it would mean that I'm going to place it before any other task, right? It would mean that I am going to give it number one. Number one would mean that I need to do this task on the priority basis. I need to get it done with this task first, right? And the rest will follow. So now when you have given it numbers like, okay, one, I need to, do my past paper questions and I have to get that thing out of the way. And when I'm saying that I have to do past papers, now see, it's important and it's urgent. So usually the thing which is important is your frog, right? So the things which are important, which are urgent to do are your frogs basically, that you need to eat first thing. Okay, so you have to get them out of the way so that you can start on the other task that you have lined up for yourself in order to achieve that goal. Make sense?
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Sure, please go ahead.
If you can determine what is the most important subject or priority, is there any test that you can do?
All right, can you please come again? So you are saying that, I'm sorry, I did not get your question. Can you please come again one more time?
If you're unsure about what's the most important priority, is there
Okay.
any test that you can do to determine?
All right, I got your question now. So, honey, the thing is that it depends upon you only. I mean, I cannot decide for you that, according to you, which task would be more important or urgent to do first. All right, I can tell for myself because then again, it depends on the goal, right? My goal is to get into a good college. Okay, so for me, I think that this task, it completely depends on a person, and I think it varies from person to person as well. For me, it can be past papers. For you, it can be, maybe, I'm just giving an example, taking a mock test, right?
Mhm.
So for everyone, the list is different. The priority in order they've set that list is different. So I think it varies and it depends on the person, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So no worries. All right. So now that you have taken that action, you have you are done eating that nastiest frog on your plate. Now, what is the next thing that you need to do? You need to repeat this cycle every day so that you are always doing something that will push you towards your goal, right? So the next time management technique is, maybe you've seen this in one of the videos that was circulating a few days back only. So it's called pickle jar. So pickle jar is a theory. It asks you to imagine a pickle jar full of sand, pebbles, rocks, and the sand is at the bottom and the rocks sit at the top. So now they're saying, imagine that the sand is elements of your day, like phone calls, text messages, emails, and something which is not really important. The pebbles. Now they're saying pebbles can represent tasks that needs to be completed, but can be done on any other day or by someone else. Or in other words, you can say that this is important, but this isn't urgent, right? The pebbles part. So for the rocks, they're saying that these are the most important tasks that need to get done today. We cannot delay these rocks. So this theory tells you to prioritize again that which thing would come first, which thing you would want to do first. You can decide upon the rocks that, okay, again, it varies from person to person. My rock can be to spend, quality time with my family, or my rock can be, no, but I think that can be done day after tomorrow. What do you think? Can it be done day after tomorrow? Is it not an important task? I want to ask you guys. If I am saying that I want to spend a quality time with my family members, so do you think it's the rock or it's the sand? What is it? Let's see if you guys are listening to me or not. Okay. So I got one answer here. So Rabia is saying it's rock. Okay, and Aisha is saying it's sand. Okay, all right. So there's one thing. I think it's completely subjective. For me, the rock can be spending quality time with my family because, God forbid, if they're not here tomorrow, then what? It's an important task for me. I'll consider it as the rock, right? But for some people, yes, it can be sand, like how Aisha said. I mean, it is somewhat important, but we can, do it any other day, right? So, yes, so even if you want to take this theory as your time management technique, as you want to manage your time effectively, you can use this theory as well. But I would really say pick a theory which you can do, which is doable to you, which makes sense to you, which relates to you or your situation, right? So to me, I think that this technique would be doable. I mean, I'm talking about myself. For you, it can be different. Earlier, I also talked about this activity log that you can maintain. It's one of the things that you can do in order to manage your time as well. So for me, this is the technique that I would want to use if I want to manage my time more productively, right? So now moving to the, oh Lord, where is it? Yes, this activity. I want you and I want everyone to participate, please, you guys. I want you to jot down on a piece of paper any 2 things you accomplished yesterday. All right, so I'll tell you something. At first, it was 5 things you accomplished yesterday, but I wrote 2 instead because when I started to jot it down on a piece of a paper, I could not come up with one more thing. I just wrote one thing, and then I was like, what was the other thing that I accomplished? So I just, made it 2 instead. So, guys, I want you to at least come up with 2 things that you accomplished yesterday and write down one wasteful thing you did. By wasteful, I mean is unproductive, which did not contribute to your, goal. So something like that. Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, write it down, and if you want to share in the chat or here, if you can unmute and share it with everyone else, it would be great. So take 2 to 3 minutes and I would really love to hear your answers. Again, it's subjective. It can be anything that you feel like, is an accomplishment. Yes, Habiba is saying something. Do you wanna type maybe? Oh my God, I'm just reading your Okay, can it be academic? Yes, it can be anything that you would like to share. No restrictions here. Okay, Aisha is saying finishing physics homework, and I'm waiting for the other one. And surviving the day. It certainly feels like an accomplishment to me. All right, thank you so much, Aisha. That's a very good one. And what about one wasteful day? Wasteful thing that you did? Okay, what about everyone else? Come on, Zuhair, Abdul Hadi, Naira, where are you guys? And there are other people here as well. There's Aryaman and yes, we've got so many people here. Come on, I want more responses. Okay, so Asha, you are saying that watching the football match is the wasteful thing you did? Yeah? Oh, okay. Okay, so Habiba is saying, does binge watching a complete Netflix show count as wasteful? So, Habiba, it completely depends. I mean, if you had nothing else better to do, so maybe if you were watching Netflix and if it's somehow catered to your you taking care of yourself, or maybe you taking out some time for yourself, then it's completely fine. And Zuhair is saying waking up very well rested, went out on a walk. I'm guessing that these are two productive things, and spent too much time in bed. Good job, you guys. Okay, so the purpose of making you do this activity. Okay, Aisha is also saying something else. Um, Okay, so she is saying that Morocco winning was amazing, but there was a big fight at home, right? So yeah, the purpose of getting you guys to do this activity just to make you feel a little better about yourselves, right? That you did accomplish something, and yesterday or the day you spent was not unproductive at all. You managed to do something that catered to your mental health, maybe, or maybe it catered to your self-care. So or maybe you did some of the homework, or you studied, or if you did your like Aisha said, she did her homework, so it also catered to her being good student in her physics class. So yes, there are a lot of things we do in a day that we do not give ourselves credit for. So I would really want you to take out some time and start appreciating that you do in a day. Even it's just at times, I'll tell you something very honestly, that even waking up and dragging yourself out of the bed can seem like a task at times. So even on such days, even if you are doing that and it's contributing to the higher purpose, even that's it's fine. So give yourself more credit. So now moving to the next activity that we have here. Yes, so these two slides are connected. This is like my favorite slide that I wanted to talk to you about. So when you think of self-care, what does come to your mind? I would want to ask. You guys can type, you guys can unmute, and I would love to hear your responses. And then I'm going to share my view on it as well. Okay, Aisha is saying it's something I lack. Sorry, no worries. What am I here for? I'm here to tell you how to master this art. Okay. Okay, so Zuhair is saying that you do the things that you enjoy that does not mentally drain you. That's one way of putting it. That's actually really nice. Yes, Zuhair, you are very much right about this. And Naira is saying it's crucial for our mental and physical health. What is crucial again? Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, so yes, guys, I wanted to talk about practicing self-care. So it does not have to necessarily involve meditating for hours, or maybe drinking kale smoothies. No, no, no. So some of the simple ways that you can practice mental health are maybe, again, it's subjective. For me, it can be taking my dog out for a walk, or maybe hanging out with friends. But if you want to insert some self care into your daily routine, that has to be which requires very less of your time, very less of your energy and money. The reason why I'm saying is because we are going to practice it on a daily basis. So if it's very time taking, or if it's taking all of your energy, or if it's very expensive, then I would suggest you guys to invest in something else. Because simpler things like going out for a walk, like Zuhair first said, or Someone also said that, watching TV, if you think that it's break enough for you, and you feel like that it does give you actually a break, so that's where you should be spending most of your, I mean, not most of your, but some of your time in a day, because I believe showing up for yourself is one of the most challenging things that we can do. In this world, we usually hear, you can do this, go, 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 work harder. But there's this one saying, I'm sure you must have heard about it, that you cannot pour from an empty cup, right? So until you've reached a breaking point, start some simple self-care today. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be time consuming. So there was a picture as well that I put up here, but someone took it off. It said, what did it say again? It said that before you nourish, um, before you gotta nourish to flourish. Yeah, someone took it off. I swear it was such a nice picture. I put it up here for a reason. So in order for you to actually grow, you have to work on yourself. Basically, that's what it means. So now coming to the next slide that we have here is productivity tools that you can use. Okay, so we have some of the productivity tools here. What I want you to do is, because you guys, you are like the the professionals, and you're the native, dudes who are actually, you guys know how to use, these productivity tools, and I know you must be using it as well. Some of the tools I've listed down here are Google Calendar is one, and I want you to work on it as well. And there is any dot do, there's SQ Time, there's Evernote. So one productivity tool that I would like for you to just explore now, it's very easy peasy thing to do. So I want you all to open your Google Calendar, and I want you to, even if you're not doing it right now, you can take it like as a homework and get back to me or to your teachers in the class. And basically, I want evidence of it. So I want you to open Google Calendar. I want you to insert your classes that you have with us with Tuitional. And I want you to like make a schedule, make a timetable of it, and maybe take a screenshot and send it to us so that we can see that you are actually using these productivity tools. And if maybe not all, maybe you're using one and it's enough to help you, it's enough to help you in, it's helping you in keeping things organized, right? So there's one task that I want all of you to do, and please do practice it, because trust me, it makes your life easier. If you know when is your class, you get a reminder 10 minutes before. You can set the reminder like for 30 minutes before. It depends upon you. So even if you do that, it gives you a reminder, and then you are like, oh, I need to get prepared for the class. So just work on your assignments and be prepared with your workstation. So it actually helps you in managing your time. So there's one way of doing it, and the rest you can explore, and we can talk about it in the class as well, right? The next slide that we have here is, oh, ta-da! We've reached the end already. I thought it would take longer. Okay, so share your takeaway. So by this I mean is that whatever you learned today in this workshop, be it any one small part that stuck to you, or that you would like for us to know, please do share. So I'm going to share mine, and I want you to do the same. So my takeaway message is that I think this was said by me only and not someone famous. I think they forgot to write my name here. So I'm kidding, it's not me. So someone famous apparently said that anything is better than nothing. So by this, they mean here is that even if you are doing a small bit and it's contributing to this whole purpose, so that contribution would count. That small part would count. I'll give you an example of this. So when I was back in my college, our teacher used to give us readings. All right. So before going to college, when I would be falling asleep, I would remember that, oh, I did not go over this particular reading that my teacher gave me. So now what I'm going to do? I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the energy to do it. So what to do? So I just used to open that reading. I would go over the first few lines, the first para, and then I would just, be a little more prepared than I was before. Getting? So you need, again, this workshop is all about to work, to be smarter and not to actually work harder. So even if you do get the gist of it and you are able to explain it in the class the next morning, then you're good to go. The teacher would think, oh my lord, he or she is very genius, or they have done their homework. So that's my takeaway, that anything so little is still a contribution rather than just doing nothing. Now I would want to ask you guys, okay, now I would want to ask you guys that what do you took away from this workshop? Okay, so Habiba has written something here. It helped me to manage my time better and prioritize only things which are important. Oh my lord, thank you so much. So was Habiba in this session only? What about the rest?
Um, I would like to talk about the eat the frog concept.
Okay.
And I really like that concept because now it makes me more motivated to wake up and to start with doing what I find is hardest rather than doing what's easier. So I really like that.
I am really glad. Thank you so very much. So did my hard work, pay off?
Yes, that was the first time I heard it. So I really like it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay, so hold on. We are not ending it yet. So yes, one important thing that Habiba has also written here. She's asking, will we get certificates for this workshop? Yes, certificates are to be issued to the attendees. And do not leave yet. We are still here. So let's move to the next part. I think only Aisha and was it Aisha just now? I think it was Aisha, right? Yeah. So, and Habiba has taken something important with them from this workshop. What about the rest? God, guys, I spoke so much. I mean, come on. You can tell me something that helped you. Okay, and Asha is also saying it helped me understand what I lack and where I should concentrate more. Aisha, you are so kind. Thank you so much. And what about the rest? I am not letting you guys off the hook. I want answers. Okay. The next slide. Okay. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Did you? Okay, did you or did you not? Okay, be honest about it. So the next time we conduct a workshop, we can. Thank you so very much, you guys. Thank you, Aisha. And I would really love for you guys to be more interactive the next time you guys join in. And Rabia is saying thank you guys for coming in and joining in. And one more thing before you guys go, if you have any questions from me, from my team that we can answer, that would be great. Okay, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you, guys. Okay, if there are any questions, I would like to take those now. Okay, okay, Habiba is gonna ask me one. Okay, we are waiting. In the meanwhile, what about the rest, you guys? Okay, there is Naira, there is Abdul Hadi, Zuhair, Gufran, there is Rabia here, and there's so many people here. Why are you not answering? All right. Okay, so yes, are there other things to manage time better, like other apps? So Ume Habiba, was it? Yes, Habiba has asked me this question. So I am gonna give you this task. How about you do a little research on your part as well? And if any app that is that you can relate to or that you think can help you in managing your time better, because to me I think Google Calendar is my go-to app whenever I have like important meetings or if I have back-to-back tasks lined up. I like to put it in there. It gives me a reminder. It also helps me in generating the link. It gives me the link for the meeting. And I think it's a wonderful app if I want to like have meetings virtually. So you can do this as, yes, it does actually. So if you like set it on a timer, if you like ask that Google Calendar to send a reminder to you like 30 minutes prior, so they are going to do it as well, right? So it serves different purposes only. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And you guys were a wonderful audience, especially the girls who were responding and who were very interactive. I would love to see you guys in the next session as well. And hopefully, if you guys have any feedback, we can work on it and we can, do better, right? Because I believe there's always room for improvement for everyone, right? So thank you for joining in, you guys. So those who ever attended the session, the certificates would be, we would be giving out the certificates to those who attended the session. So thank you for joining in.
I have a question. How do we receive
Bye.
the
Yes,
certificate?
yes.
How do we receive? Where do we receive it?
Okay, so I'll have to ask admin, right? So I do have the data with me. You have to message us on the official number. Actually, they've just texted me. They're saying that you guys have to message us on our official number, and then we're gonna give that certificate to you.
All right. Thank you.
Make sense, Naira? Was it Naira?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you're all right. You're most welcome. All right, you guys. Okay. Hope to see you soon, guys.